Sheffield City Council have proposed for us here in the S35. In S35 alone, this would result in over 1,600 additional homes, with almost 1,500 of those homes located in Chapeltown, Ecclesfield and Grenoside. 48 hectares of warehousing at Warren Lane, Hesley Wood and Smithy Wood, a multi-faith burial yard at Ecclesfield, and a secondary and special educational needs school in Ecclesfield. The proposed Greenbelt allocation signs for these developments, many of which we have marched past today, are more than just shapes on a map to us. They're more than just soil and trees. They are what make our respective communities feel like home.
Yes, yes.
When our South Yorkshire Mayor, Oliver Coppard, thinks about Greenbelt, he thinks about Greenbelt past door towards the Peak District. He does not seem to understand that Greenbelt is not about winning a landscape beauty pageant. It's there to do a job, one it has done incredibly well across Sheffield for many decades. That job has 5 key intentions: to prevent urban sprawl, to safeguard the countryside from encroachment, to stop neighbouring localities merging. I mean, who wants to live in a place called Grenoside Foxcroft? The fourth Greenbelt purpose is to preserve the special historic character of our localities. There is a certain irony in me saying that, considering we are standing here in the grounds of the magnificent St Mary's Church, dating back over 500 years, on a site where there was evidence of Christian worship way back to before the Norman conquest in 1066. Ecclesfield, or should I say Egglesfield, has a very rich history and is referenced in the Domesday Book. However, Sheffield City Council have seen fit to completely ignore this fourth principle with their Greenbelt site allocation scoring for this plan. The fifth and final purpose of Greenbelt is to assist in urban regeneration by encouraging recycling of derelict and other urban land, of which we know there is plenty still around Sheffield. Sheffield City Council claim to have a brownfield first policy, but state all viable brownfield sites have now been exhausted. Even our Prime Minister is quoted as saying The default answer when asked to build on brownfield should always be yes. Why then are our councils saying no in their plan to numerous available brownfield sites? Sorry, I'm just having a minute. In favour of enormous, unsustainable developments in Sheffield Greenbelt. It comes down to one thing and one thing only: money. The impact such sizable developments will have collectively on our communities will be devastating, permanent, and the legacy we leave for our children, grandchildren and generations to come if we do nothing. We cannot let greed triumph over nature. We have to be the voice of the wildlife that have no voice. The consultation process to oppose the plans is now open until the 11th of July. So we urge everyone here, if you haven't already, go home and submit your opposition. One person equals one opposition. So please encourage all your friends, families and neighbours to consider what we could lose if these developments go ahead and get them to submit theirs too. The process isn't easy and the documentation set is overwhelming, excluding many from having a voice in this consultation process. This is a contravention of the key principles set out by local government associations for public consultation. However, we will not let that deter us. Your local community groups are here to help you, to help us protect our communities. We have to unite and say no to Sheffield City Council's plans to take away the green space we cherish and that we need for our ongoing health and well-being and that of our future generations to come. We are willing to work with the Council to drive for a more sustainable and equitable plan that supports the needs of Sheffield, whilst continuing to uphold Greenbelt policy to protect our natural world and respective communities. Let us all stand together to save our Greenbelt and keep Sheffield green. That's turned out today to show that our community cares. We'd also like to especially thank the Vicar at St Mary's for allowing us to congregate here today. We need to vacate the church grounds by midday because there's a wedding, and the last thing we want to be known as is wedding crashers. However, please feel free to mill around, get to know your community, and there's water over in the corner for anybody that hasn't brought any. All I'd like to do now is say a massive, massive thank you. Let's carry on with this. Let's all oppose and have a safe journey home, everybody. Thank you.
So I'm Craig Gamble-Pugh, I'm a councillor on Sheffield City Council. I represent Ecclesfield and Chapeltown. So I see my role as being to support people, to raise their concerns, and I'm asking everybody who's been here today, everybody who's looking at this video, seeing the information online, to put their submissions into the consultation. The deadline is the 11th of July. It's really important people have their say.
Nice one, fella, thank you.